Hello, I'm Jen.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Bill.
And we are at the Santa Barbara Polo grounds. Here we're looking at all of the Israeli companies. There's 3 here that we're going to talk about. First one we're going to do, after our divide and conquer, I took this one. I'll take you guys through the 3 companies that we looked at.
Let's hear about
Okay.
it. What do we got?
So near nursery, we know about wax flowers. That's mostly what they're known for, cut flower, wax flowers. But this one actually isn't for cut flowers, it's for the landscape. This is called Everflower Wax, and there's 3 different colors in it. That's what these are here. And if you look, Osvaldo, you could tell this is really not a cut flower, wax flower because of how thick the stems are.
And these are sort of deserty or heat lovers.
They are. They're very drought tolerant, very heat tolerant. They said they might be hardy in zone 5, but we'd have to kind of test that.
Oh.
Not 100% sure about
I'd
that.
like to see about
Yeah,
that.
but it's continuous flowers, which is why it doesn't make a good cut flower, because it just keeps flowering and flowering and flowering.
Yeah.
So that's a landscape wax flower. And then, but going back to kind of like the bread and butter is the cut flower here. It's called Dual Star because, I don't know why it's dual, because it's actually 3 colors, but I don't know. So it starts as white, turns to like a pink, and then ends in like a dark purple. Actually, in Israel, they call it yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
The YTD.
Yeah. Well, they under-promise and over-deliver. You think you're getting 2, and you get 3.
You get 3.
That's right. So that's what we have from near, and we can go over to Jaldetti right now.
And what does Jaldetti specialize in?
Well, we're going to look at a lot of salvia actually today. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Very nice.
So there's an eclectic collection of plants that I saw at Jaldetti.
That's easy for you to say.
It is not stumbled over. But they do have a line of Thunbergias that we've seen in the past, and they've got 2 new ones in their Susy series. This one is called Orange Red, and these are probably the best representation of how they end up looking. They've got the very dark eye. A lot of Thunbergias have the dark eye, but they also have a new one called White Wedding that doesn't have a dark eye, and it's pure white. Yeah. I couldn't help but think of the Billy Idol song the whole time she was talking to me. So I did listen to what she was saying. So yeah, those are 2 new sunny Susys.
And you mentioned salvias in our intro.
Gosh, yes.
Yeah, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, Amistad is not new. It's one of their already existing salvias, but they have a new one called Tropicolour. It's a series of 3 new ones. This is Sunrise.
I like the name Tropicolour.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's how do you say it, Chris? Guaranitica? Is that how you say this?
Guaranitica.
Guaranitica.
Yes. Yeah, something like that.
This is a Salvia guaranitica. Actually, these flowers are much better because they really start like a dark orange. And what's kind of cool is the underside of the leaves are really, really dark. Yeah, they're burgundy.
I like that. Sometimes you see the dark stems on salvias, but these have the dark underside of the leaf. That does add a little extra interest.
You know, it's going to be challenging for us journalists, though, is do we spell it the way they did?
Over to
Tropicolour in the British.
We should.
I feel like we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we will.
Why not?
There's 2 other colors too. There's carmine, which is red, and a claret, which is dark. It's almost like a dark purple like this one.
Nice.
So that's that one. And let's look at another salvia here. So this is a macrophylla type. We saw Melba Magic Peach, I think, last year.
We did.
I recall that name.
And they have some new Melba Magics. This one is raspberry, as you say, Chris.
Raspberry, yes.
Yeah. And then Relly calls it a skirt. So it's got a light skirt and then like a dark.
Is it magic because it's like bicolor or color changing?
Maybe that's why, because all of them are bicolors.
Yeah.
And then this one's new too. It's called Strawberry. So that one's
Peach, raspberry, strawberry.
Yeah, they're all bicolors. Medium height, dark stems. Like this one has really dark stems.
Nice.
Yeah, this one's nice.
More salvia over here.
Ooh, I like that color.
More fruit flavors.
Yeah. So the Melba Magic was a macrophylla. This is another. Can you say it again?
Guaranitica.
Guaranatica.
Thank you. Yes. So this is Sunkiss, and Berry Blast has already been introduced, but this is Cranberry Crush.
That's nice.
So she said, she calls this a cap. I don't know if that's like, I put it in quotes because I'm not sure. So it's got a really dark cap and then really bright color. And she said, compared to Amistad and Tropicolour, It's much more shorter, like more compact, but you still get the long stems and lots of flowers.
So the foliage stays compact
That's
and
right.
branched, but
Yeah.
then you get the... Oh,
So like the two that we saw over there,
best of
like
both
those are the
worlds.
big ones. You
Yeah.
could still, you could have this, but you'll just get just as many flowers and stems as the other ones.
All right.
And then the last one, I always have to touch her plants every time I walk by, but this one is brand new. This
that
is
looks like little pickles.
it does look like little pickles. So this is a Delosperma called Pickle plant. And it does get like, Osvaldo, you can kind of see it does get these little like daisy-like cream-colored flowers.
It's soft. They look like they'd be spiny, but
That's
they're
right.
soft.
Yeah.
All right, let me get in there.
Get in there. Get
All
in
right,
there.
Osvaldo, give it a try.
And it's not prickly, it's tickly. Because Relly,
And you know what else it is? Pickly.
it is kind of pickly. Because Relly said that they call it tickle plant in Israel, but
fun.
here it's pickle plant. So yeah. So that's what we have from Jaldetti. If you guys want to touch and smell some other things, we can go over to Hishto.
Salvias
Look
and a
at
pickle
herbs.
I'd
plant.
like to touch
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For 100%. We got to go to Hishto now.
I like lizard tail.
Sounds good.
Herbs, Genzi.
Yeah, and that's what Hishto is known for, is their herbs. So we talked a little bit about their programs that they have. Glow Flow is one of them, which is herbs that are trailing and cascading. That's what you see right here. And then we go into the program called Double Marvel, which is a program for herbs that are dual purpose. So not just edible, but also ornamental. These times with the flowers. This one's got variegated foliage. And then Durabello is a program where it can tolerate stressful conditions, but it's also edible and also ornamental, like this Magic Mountain basil. So
Well, I remember them talking about where they trial these.
Yes.
Are some of the absolute toughest conditions, like in mountains
zone
and
1.
deserts.
Zone
Like it's absolutely crazy.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we talked about their programs before, but they touched on them again. But when we
So
talk
what's
about
new?
specific, yeah. So they have been breeding rosemary for years and years and years, but now they're kind of branching out to other markets, not just like the consumer herb market. So actually what they're doing with these, they have a customer that's looking for concentrations of carnosic acid, which a lot of companies, like if you're a meat producer, you could use it in preservatives.
Oh, wow.
So,
So this is not for culinary use. It's
it
for,
is.
Well, it is, but it isn't.
yeah, so now they're looking for they already have this
Like
that
a
they're selling.
natural preservative.
That's right. That's right. So it's really herbs that they already have established that they've been, selling to other markets, but now they're branching into different kind of.
I wonder how they test for that. Like,
I don't know, but then yeah. So
Laboratory equipment.
yeah. So they're
They
using
crush
this
up the leaves
rosemary, and there's a lot of disease resistance too. So there's customers that are using the rosemary for as a preservative.
I'm partial to line 131 myself. I think it's
I'm
gorgeous.
more of a 59.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. So behind you, Billum, is there are two new mints, Japanese mint,
I've never heard of Japanese
which
mint.
is like a larger leaf one.
What do you think?
Oh,
and
wow,
then
that's a strong mint.
There's a
size.
Corsican mint, which has teeny tiny leaves, and it's more of a ground
like that.
cover. Obviously, also edible, which you guys are eating. So there we are. Going back to what we were talking about with the rosemary, using it for other markets is this Lippia, these two Lippias. So I was told that they are using these in like weight loss drugs, in
don't
like
know
in
Lippia.
GLP-1s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So pharmaceutical companies are using them to put them in like capsules and stuff like that, and so it'll make
And
you
that-
lose weight.
That also has a nice fragrance
Oh
to
my
it.
God,
It makes me
definitely.
lose weight. I'm
I
gonna eat this whole
I
thing.
feel skinnier already.
You're a shadow of your former self.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And the last one that I want to show you guys is this new oregano. How to pronounce?
Well, I said it was Zoregano.
Zoregano,
Like a cross
that's how you
between
say it.
Zorro and oregano.
Well, not a cross between Zorro, but close. Oregano, and then another herb from Africa, Origarium syriaca. Perhaps I don't know how to
Trust you
pronounce
on
it.
that one.
Yes. So anyway, it's a combination of oregano and an herb that's native to Africa.
And mostly it's important because it says new and exclusive.
New and
right there.
exclusive.
So if you want to try Zoregano, you got to get it here at Hishto.
Yes, or through Ball Seed, because they also
There you go.
sell through Ball Seed. So yeah, obviously they have tons of herbs, but
Yeah,
those are the
smells
ones
good in this space.
It does smell good. And that's it.
This is how you conclude the video?
Yeah, we're done. That's it.
Strong.
Okay, I don't know what's happening behind me right now, but it seems weird.